Here with Michael Wekerle, one of the newest dragons on the latest season of Dragon's Den. I gotta tell you, this is not your daddy's Dragon's Den that we're tuning into, right? Like, look at you, Vikram. I feel like you're gonna add a whole new flavor to the show.
Definitely a lot of spices coming in. Fire and ice, man.
Do you feel like it's been influenced a little bit by Shark Tank? Like, everybody who watches Shark Tank now, they see Mark Cuban, they see this crazy guy who's going to say whatever, make a deal on the spot, and I feel like you and Vikram are in that vein. You're not the stuffy kind of businessmen that make deals on the Den.
Yeah, I think we all bring a different characteristic to it. I don't think it's as influenced by Shark Tank, whereas I'd like to say that when Shark Tank kind of sees what we're doing, they'll be influenced by what we do. But we have veterans like Jim Treliving, who's been on the show for 9 seasons. We have our lead and Chili, who've been there and been great support for myself and Vikram. And it's a great dynamic. There's lots of excitement. I got to tell people I'm a one-trick pony, but it's a good trick. I've been doing this for 32 years in the finance business. So it's like secondhand for me going out there and interviewing companies and trying to figure out what are the trigger points and what makes a company work or what doesn't make a company work, where I can provide mentorship and where I can't.
When I saw the sizzle reel in tonight's presentation, I felt like I saw this crazy jacket that you're wearing, this crazy jacket that Vikram's wearing. Has the flavor changed? Do you feel like a show that's already successful like Dragon's Den is, does it need to reinvent itself to continue to appealing to a younger audience? I felt like it was getting a little bit stale with the blue blazers every single Wednesday.
That was CBC's view as well, so they wanted to shake it up a bit, hence I came on board. The interesting part is that they're very specific in how the show is across because of the primetime viewership. But I'll tell you, the people, the cast, the people behind the scenes at CBC really try to do this in a really unique way. The photography, the film, the individual producers and directors and editors. Man, I'll tell you, you're going to be really surprised how cool this is. They did a lot of outshoots, inshoots, and they're doing some really cool stuff this year.
Did you watch the show before you joined?
Yes, I did.
And do you feel like that had an influence on the way that you make deals, or is it kind of like this is the Michael way now? I don't really care what the guys did before me. This is how I'm going to make a deal.
I was told to be myself, and that's what I was. They gave me some training on how to speak slower. Other than that, I think that pretty what you see is what you get.
Now, if I'm a dragon and I want to make a deal with Michael, what are some tips that you can give me?
You got to have some skin in the game. Number one, you got to be passionate. You got to have a team environment around you, and you got to be the leader of a team. You got to have a proprietary business that has low barriers of entry. And if you don't, you better make sure that you have well-capitalized partners behind you.
Would you say you're a little bit more nice like Robert or a little bit more mean like Mr. Wonderful, or are you your own kind of definition?
I'm my own definition. I grew up as a relatively middle-class poor kid in Young and Shepherd and under the 401, and I grew up with 3 sisters. I'm a mama's boy, there's no doubt. 3 daughters myself. And one thing I don't like is bullies. So when it comes across someone that I find has a arrogance or a bulliness about them, then I'll get very tough. But generally, I got an open heart. And like I said, reciprocity, generosity, and honesty is a way of life. And the best word in life is empathy.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to give you the mic. Can you look into the camera and tell me why people should tune into the new season of Dragon's Den?
Well, you can tune in Dragon's Den because it's going to be the most exciting season, I think, that's come out. At least I've been told that by the editors. And it's going to be true. It's going to be real. We have some great pitches that come on there. There's some great stories. They're great human stories. They're great humor stories. And there's some great successful wealth stories. I look forward to this. I look forward to the CBC and the Dragons and Superflies.
Amazing. Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.